Good evening, PEP students. Welcome to another live PEP class. Today, we're going to be looking at another performance task, and the topic of this performance task is trinkets for sale. As usual, I'm going to be joined in studio a little later by my devoted and brilliant studio crew, my beloved scholars, and they're going to help me to figure out what we need to do to complete this performance task. Before I do that, though, I'm going to invite you to watch a brief video outlining the schedule of our live classes. We have 5 live PEP classes per week and 6 live CSEC classes per week. Here is the schedule. Hello CSEC math students, I know you are busy preparing for your math tests and your CSEC exams coming up. I have a very important question to ask you. Do you like my new hat? Thank you. Now another important question. Have you ever gotten a math problem wrong simply because of making one little mistake? I'm sure you have, as thousands of other students have. Now in this series, we're going to be looking at the common mistakes that students make with all the topics in CSEC math. We're going to look at the common errors, demystify everything. Make sure you watch every video in this series so that you can avoid making those mistakes. So stay tuned. Hello scholars. Did you know that most times when students get problems wrong in mathematics is as a result of one single error or one mistake? Well, this is absolutely true, and we're going to be looking at the common errors that students make in the different topics in mathematics. If we know the errors beforehand, we can certainly avoid making them. Are you ready? Come on, take my hand. All right, so we are ready indeed. And let me invite my scholars now to join me. I want to also welcome the scholars who are joining us in the chat from wherever in the universe they are coming, from Facebook, from Twitter, from YouTube, or wherever else. You are welcome. And I encourage you to post your comments, post your questions, post your answers, post anything you want to post. Your participation is very much welcome. So, good night to Ashanti. Welcome, Ashanti. Welcome, Latoya. Welcome, Rodriguez. All right, and already I'm being asked to share the link for the studio, but guess what, guys? The studio is full. I'm still going to share it in the chat in case, just in case someone frees up some space. But let me tell you, these guys, they camp out. They camp out at the door. They camp out at the door of the studio. All right. So let me invite them on. They have been waiting. All right. So we have Amari. We have Amari, John, Antoine, Madison, Jer. These guys, I'm even wondering if these guys leave the studio at night. You guys leave the studio? Because you're always at the door waiting. All right, so we have, and I also am going to share my screen now. Oh my, Anusha says it's her birthday today. Welcome, Anusha. It's been a long time since I've seen you. Happy birthday, my scholar. Happy birthday to you. I hope you had a wonderful day and continue to celebrate way into the hours until your bedtime, which is not far from now. But keep celebrating, Anusha, and tell your sisters and mom and dad hi for me. All right, so let's share the screen. Okay. So that's the one we want. All right, and we are full to the brim. Full to the brim. All right, so let's go. So it's PEP performance task, trinkets for sale. What's a trinket? Who knows what that is? You want to do a quick search and tell me?
Miss Trinket. Trinket means a small ornament or item of jewelry that is of little value.
Okay. All right, so it's a small ornament or jewelry or item of jewelry that's of little value. All right. So we're going to be looking at trinkets today. We're not talking about gold jewelry or silver or any precious stones, right? Just some little trinkets. So, Antoine, can you read what the introductory statement is telling us, please?
Okay, Miss. The members of the Creative Arts Club have decided to make trinkets to be sold at the school fair. They will make beaded necklaces, decorated calabash bowls, and coconut shell earrings. The members of the Creative Arts Club have decided to make trinkets to be sold at the school fair. They will make beaded necklaces, decorated calabash bowls, and coconut shell earrings.
All right. So, sometimes we have school clubs, and in the creative arts club, you are going to be using your creativity to make things. And some of us are very talented with our hands, right? And these are trinkets, as we said. So, not expensive. So, the students are going to make them out of natural materials, calabash, beads, coconut shell, and so on. All right, Madison, please read number one.
Number one, for the beaded necklaces, 6 members will collaborate to make a total of 96 large necklaces, 42 medium necklaces, and 54 small necklaces. If each member is to make the same number of each necklace, how many necklaces in all will each member make? Number one, for the beaded necklaces, 6 members will collaborate to make a total of 96 large necklaces, 42 medium necklaces, and 54 small necklaces. If each member is to make the same number of each necklace, how many necklaces in all will each member make?
All right. So, how do we approach this? All right. So, already Haley is saying 32. Okay. So, Haley is saying 32.
Miss, my way
Antoine,
of
what do
approaching
you
this,
think? Go
since
ahead,
there are
Antoine.
6 members, I say we have to divide each number by 6
Mm-hmm.
to get our answers.
All right, so do that and tell me what you get.
Okay, miss.
All right, so Haley, I'll read what Haley says after Antoine has told me what he's saying. Are you ready, Antoine?
No, miss, I'm still working.
All right, so Haley has another approach. Madison, you want to tell me how you got your answers? Um,
Um, Miss,
you
so
sh-
in
you sh-
all, I say 22.
you're saying 22?
Yes, Miss.
All right, go ahead and tell me how you got 22.
So I divided 6 into 96, and I got 16. Then I divided 6 into 42, and I got 7. Then I divided 6 into 54, and I got 9. And then I added all of the numbers up, and I got 22.
You sure it's 22? I don't think it's 22. Add them again, Madison. All right, so
Miss,
Amarian,
42. No,
40,
32.
32.
32.
Right, so Haley was the very first one to get that answer, and she said 32. And how she did it was the opposite approach. She she added all the total necklaces and then divided by 6, whereas Madison and Antoine divided first, divided each by 6 first, and then added them, ending up with the same answer, right? So remember, in mathematics, there are oftentimes several ways, several roads leading to home, not just one route. All right, Jer, question 2, please.
Okay, miss. The cost of the necklace has been as follows: small, $12 each; large, $24.40 each; medium, $18 each. If all necklaces are sold at the fair, how much money will be collected for the sales? The cost of the necklaces have been as follows: small, $12 each; medium, $18 each; large, $25.40 each. If all necklaces are sold at the fair, how much money will be collected for the sales?
Okay, so quickly jot down those prices and then I'll take you back to the slide before this to remind you how many necklaces, how many of each necklace there was. So small, $12 each; medium, $18 each; large, $25.40 each. Do you have those down?
No, Miss.
Yes, miss.
No,
Yes,
Miss.
miss.
Okay, so write it down, those who don't have it yet. And then now be reminded it was 96 of the large, 42 of the medium, and 54 of the small.
Miss, can you please go back, Miss?
All right.
Thank you, Miss.
You're welcome. So you want to tell me how you're approaching this? All right, so my scholars are busily working out the problems. Okay, Haley says, I am multiplying the number of necklaces by the price. All right, so Haley's approach is to multiply the total of each necklace by the price for each one. All right, Madison has her answer, $2,542.40. Madison,
Miss,
hold on, Antoine. Madison, how did you get that?
Miss, can you hear me?
Go ahead, please.
Okay, so Miss, first I multiplied the 18. Miss, I have it scribbled up, so it's kind of hard for me to find back where I put it. So I times 18 times 42, I got 456. So I put that aside. I times 96 times
But
20.
there was an error here, Madison. Double check that. Double check that multiplication.
Okay,
18 times
Miss.
40. All right, Antoine, go ahead.
Miss, Miss, I was just asking if can you scroll up back? I just need to double check something. The
All
digits.
right, so you want to see the that one?
Yes, Miss. Yes, Miss, I have them.
All right.
Correct.
Okay, so Madison, you were on the right track. You just made a little error there with the multiplication. All right, Amari and John are saying they got $3,842.04. Is it 4 cents I have a problem with? You sure it's 4 cents? Okay, 40 cents. All right. So John or Amari, tell me what your method was.
Okay, Miss, the method was, so first, first you'd multiply the large Miss, which is $25.40 each. So Miss, you'd multiply that times the 96, Miss,
Mm-hmm.
and that would give you $2,430.40.
Okay.
And the medium, $18, which, and you multiply the $18 times the 42, and that gives you $756.
Mm-hmm.
And the small, $12 times 54, Miss, and that gives you 648, Miss, and when you add that, you get $3,842.40.
That's correct. So Haley, you're giving me the $3,842, but Madam, you left off the 40 cents. So there should be a 40 cents.
Miss, I also got $3,842.40.
Okay, so that's Antoine coming in the nick of time. All right, so Amari, I would like for you to read question 3, please. 3A.
Okay, Miss. Question 3A. The members can choose from red beads, black beads, green beads, and brown beads. There are twice as many black as green and the same number of brown and red beads. There are 4 times as many green as brown. Write a ratio to represent this information.
Oh,
3.
that's a mouthful.
The members can choose from red beads, black beads, green beads, and brown beads. These are twice as many. There are twice as many black as green and the same number of brown and red beads. There are 4 times as many as green as there are many as many there are as many green as brown. Write a ratio to represent this information. Miss, I have a ratio in mind.
Okay, John, let's hear it.
Okay, so Miss, my ratio is 8 to 4 to 1 to 1.
All right, so explain that.
Okay, so Miss, since it says there are twice as many black as green, Miss, and then it also says that there are 4 times as many green as brown. So Miss,
Mhm.
the green will be brown, and Miss 4 times 2, which would give you the 8 for the black, and the 4 would give you for
Hold
the
on,
green.
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Go again.
Okay,
From the green.
yes, Miss. So Miss, the green would be 4, and the black would be 8.
How is the green 4? Why you just choose 4?
Miss, Miss, because it says there are 4 times as many green as brown.
All right, but you just pick 4 from out of the air
No,
for
Miss.
the green. So what would represent the brown?
Miss, what would Miss, the brown would be 1, Miss.
Okay, so you're using 1 as the starting point. The brown as 1, and so that's how you get the 4 now. So the smallest one there would be the brown and the red, because brown and red are the same, right? So that
Yes,
would be the lowest value in your ratio. So you're using 1 to represent that. Okay. And then the 4 would be the green,
yes,
and it
Miss.
says 2 times as many black as green. Okay, so I get you now, John, and that's brilliant. So the ratio would be, repeat the ratio, John.
Okay, Miss, there should be 8 to 4 to 1 to 1.
Start the ratio with the simplest numbers.
Okay. 1 to 1 to 4 to 8.
All right. Thank you, John. Is there anyone who doesn't understand how John got 1 to 1 to 4 to 8 for the ratio? Is everyone
Miss,
clear? Antoine?
Miss, I don't really understand how he got it.
All right. So we were told that brown and red are the same, right? They are the same number of brown as red.
Yes,
Four
miss.
times, 4 times as many green as brown, and 2 times as many black as green. So we can use, usually in cases like this, we use 1 as the basic number, the lowest term that is being represented. We can say, okay, so we start at 1, so 1 is the lowest that it could possibly be. Ratio, we start at 1. So if we're letting 1 represent brown, we would also have to use 1 to represent red, because there is the same number of red as brown. So that's how we get the 1 to 1. Now it told us that there are 4 times as many green as brown. So if brown is 1, then green has to be 4, because 4 times 1 give 4. And there are twice as many black as green. So if green is 4, then black has to be 8. 2 times 4 gives 8. So the ratio would be 1 to 1 to 4 to 8, which is red, brown, green, black. All right, so let's continue, Jer. 3B, please.
Okay, miss. Each large necklace requires 42 beads. How many beads will be needed to make all the large necklaces?
Again.
Each large necklace requires 42 beads. How many beads will be needed to make all the large necklaces?
Miss, would it be
Miss,
4,032?
how you come by that, John?
Miss, how come by that, Miss? Since it says 92 large necklaces, Miss, I multiplied the 96 large necklace, Miss. So, Miss, I multiplied the 96 times the 42 and I got 4,032.
All right. That's correct, John. So remember, we were told that there would be 96 large necklaces, right? And if each one requires 42 beads, then the total number of beads would be 96 times 42. I want to encourage the scholars in the chat. Remember to post your answers, post your questions. We're looking forward to hearing from you. I think they're celebrating Anusha's birthday over in the chat. Right? All right. So wishing Anusha again a happy birthday. Almost at the end of her birthday. So the persons in the chat are wishing her happy birthday again. Remember, scholars, you learn from participation, you learn from asking questions, you learn from giving feedback, telling me what you think, telling me what you don't think, what you don't agree with. This is how we all learn. I learn from you, you learn from me, we learn from the other scholars. All right, so once you are here, you should be in that mode, in that mood to participate. If you are not in studio where you can voice your answers and your opinions, then certainly take advantage of the ability to type your answers and comments. All right, Madison, please read 3C. Madison. Have I lost Madison?
Yeah, Madison, you muted. You muted, Madison.
Let me know in the chat if you're having an issue with your mic, Madison. Okay, all right, so go ahead now. Still not hearing you. All right, so I think we're going to have to go on to someone else. All right, John, can you read 3C, please?
Okay, Miss. 3C. If a member wants to use all of the colors on a large necklace in the same ratio, how many of each bead would she need? 3C. If a member wants to use all of the colors on a large necklace in the same ratio, how many of each bead would she need? Miss, my answer was 3,072. And Miss, how I got my answer, Miss? Since the ratio is 1 to 1 to 48, Miss, I multiplied those by 96, Miss. I got 3,072.
Go again, John.
Okay, Miss. So, Miss, since the ratio is 1 to 1 to 48, Miss, I multiplied those times 96, Miss. It would be the one
Mhm.
first, which would give you this 96, and then the next one, which would give you 96. And Miss, then
But,
times,
but, but John,
yes, Miss.
why are you using 96? Welcome, Haley. Welcome to the studio, the screen. Why are you using the 96?
Yes, why I'm using the 96, Miss, because it says on a large necklace.
Okay, but the 96 does the large necklace have 96 beads?
Oh, no, no, no,
Were the 96, what were we told about 96?
Miss, that they made 96 large necklace.
Okay. So is that the figure we're interested in?
No, Miss.
No. We need to know how many beads does a large necklace have, right?
Yes,
And how many is that? We were told that. Do you remember? Let's go back.
Miss, 4,
Which one told us? Okay, there it is.
yes, Miss, 4,032.
Pardon me?
Miss, it was 4,032.
That's for all of the large necklaces, John.
Oh, okay,
Is
Miss.
that what the question is asked? Let's double. This one says how many of each bead. She wants to use all of the colors on a
Yes, Miss.
one large necklace in the same ratio. How many of each bead would she need?
Uh,
So each large necklace requires
what?
42 beads.
Yes, yes.
All right, so how many of each color?
Miss, Miss would be one one of the brown and one of the red. One brown and one red.
One brown, one red.
Yes,
One,
and four green and 8 black.
Would that add
yes,
up to 42, John?
So, oh wait, no, Miss.
So that's not it.
Oh, Miss, the ratio is supposed to add to 42.
Uh-huh. So how are we going to work that? So there are four colors. So Haley is asking how many colors. Let's go back to that. Let's go back to that slide. If you were doing your performance task, you would have access to this information again. So it's just for me to find it, right? So, okay. So it's not that.
It's slide
Yeah,
6.
this is it. This is it, right? So
yes.
we had said the ratio, we're asked to find a ratio, and we had said the ratio
Would
is one brown to one red to four green to eight black. That's the ratio. And
yes,
right, so now this member wants to share up the beads on one necklace in the same ratio. So how many of each bead? It's four
Miss,
different colors. It's four different colors. How many of each bead?
Miss
So you need to,
10.1.
so you need to tell me how many red, how many
Okay,
brown, how many green, how many black.
actually, yes, one. Okay, Miss.
Anybody can figure that out? My grade 6 peppers, ratio,
Peppers, Miss, please.
ratio and proportion. All right, so the first thing we do is to add the ratios. Okay, so 1 plus 1 plus 4 plus 8. How much does that give?
That gives
Rectangle
14.
14.
14. Okay. So put each of the ratio for each color over 14 times the total 42. So
Okay,
the red would be 1 over 14 times 42. The
Miss, I got
brown would the brown would also be 1 over 14 times 42. The green would be 4 over 14 times 42, and the black would be 8 over 14 times 42. So
Miss,
work those out and tell me how much of each color.
Miss, ready?
Go ahead, John.
Okay, Miss, I got 24 to
Which
Miss,
color? Which color
Miss.
is
Okay, Miss. So Miss said it's three, three brown, three red, 12 green, and 24 black. Miss, and that gives 42.
right? That is correct. That's correct now, right? So if you want to know how many of each item or person or whatever the situation is, if you are told the total and you're given the ratio, in this case, we worked out what the ratio was 1 to 1 to 4 to 8. To find how many of each now, you would add the ratio and put the unit value of each over that total ratio times the total number of items, and you will get how much each one is. Jerry, you're awfully quiet. I'm not used to Jerry being so quiet. All right, Haley, can you read question 4 twice, please?
Yes, miss. 4. There are large and medium calabashes which have been cut into semicircular halves. The radius of the large calabash is 10 centimeters and the radius of the medium calabash is 7 centimeters. 4. There are large and medium calabashes which have been cut into semicircular halves. The radius of the large calabash is 10 centimeters and the radius of the medium calabash is 7 centimeters.
All right, jot that down quickly, scholars. You're going to need it for the next question. So the large calabash, the radius at the top where it's cut, the radius is 10 centimeters, and the radius of the medium-sized calabash is 7 centimeters. Jot that down fast, fast, fast. All right. I need to hear Jer's voice. So Jer, can you read 4A and B, please?
Okay, miss. What is the diameter at the
Oh,
surface?
say which one you're reading.
4A. What is the diameter of the surface of each calabash? 4B. What is the circumference of the top of each type of calabash? 4A. What is the diameter at the surface of each calabash? 4B. What is the circumference of the top of each calabash?
All right, so let's look at 4A first. Let me see some answers coming in. What's the diameter? So Rodriguez is saying, for which one, Rodriguez, you need to say if it's the large or the medium. It's asking for each one. So when you're posting your answers, you need to say which one, and you need to write the units. So it's in centimeters. All right, so Amari and John, large 20 centimeters for the diameter. Any
It's
other answer? And 14 centimeters for the medium diameter. Jer is saying 20 centimeters and 14 centimeters. Rodriguez, you have an issue with your device. You're always lagging behind, like one question behind. I don't know what's happening, but you're always lagging behind. All right, so
Miss?
if we know the radius, we can easily find the diameter. Isn't that so?
Yes, miss.
How do we find the diameter if we know
How
the
would you find the
radius?
diameter?
Hmm?
How, miss, I was asking, how would you find the diameter?
Jer, can you tell Antoine how he finds the diameter if he knows the radius?
Miss, if you know the radius, the diameter is radius times 2, miss. So to find the diameter, it would be the radius times 2, which would give you the diameter.
Okay, so it's very simple, Antoine.
Oh,
Once you are told the radius, just multiply it by 2 to get the diameter. So those answers are correct. For the large, the surface, the top of the large calabash is a circle. So it's a semicircle, circular at the top. Um, 10 times 2, that's 20 centimeters. And the medium calabash, since the radius is 7 centimeters, the diameter is 7 times 2, that's 14. For part B, now they want the circumference of the top of each calabash. So how do we approach that one? How do we approach that one?
Miss,
Yes, John.
miss, since we just find the, miss, I have a question. Miss, since we just find the diameter, miss, does that mean that we can just find the circumference with the diameter? So I would have
Well, you tell me. Usually when you're given part A, part B, part C, usually the answer that you get further up will help you to find the answer further down, right? They're connected. That's why it's A, B, C, and not a different question altogether.
okay, miss.
All right.
So,
So Haley is saying, Haley, you can speak, you know. You're on the screen. You don't have, there's nothing wrong with typing. I'm just letting you know you can speak. All right, so Haley is saying you multiply the diameter by 3.14. What's 3.14? What's special about it? Okay, so it's pi. That's not how we spell it though, Jer. That's the pie that you eat. Pi is pi. Okay, so it's a symbol used to represent a special number, 3.14, as a decimal. As a fraction, it's 22/7. And that special number shows the relationship between the circumference and the diameter of any circle. So if you know the diameter, you multiply it by pi to get the circumference. You can do it as a decimal or as a fraction. Or if we had just been given the radius, it would be 2 times the radius times pi. Madison is saying I sound weird.
no, miss, you sound fine. Miss, I think there's something wrong with her device.
Oh, whew, I'm relieved. I don't want to sound weird.
Miss, 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 I have an idea. So, miss,
Mhm.
see further from the diameter, which is half of the circumference, miss.
No, the
Oh,
diameter is not half of the circumference.
oh, don't worry, don't worry.
The radius is half of the diameter. All right, so Haley says for the large circumference, it is 62.8. What's the unit, Haley? And why are you dividing it by 2? You don't need to divide it by 2. The circumference is pi times the diameter. So the diameter was 20 for the large circle. So it's 20 times 3.14. We don't need to divide it by 2. And what's the unit? All right. Madison saying I sound so weird. I think
Miss,
it's your device. Huh?
is it 62.8 for the diameter?
62.8 watts.
It's 62.8 centimeters.
Correct. All right. So Haley is correct, but she left out her units. How about the medium?
Okay, miss, for the medium,
Mm-hmm. This was the
miss,
circumference for the medium.
okay, miss will be 43.96
Okay.
centimeters.
So we multiply the 14 by 3.14. Or we can work it as a fraction, 14 times 22 over 7. And the 7 would cancel the 14 and 2 times 22. So that would give us a rounded figure, 44. If we use the decimal, we get 43.96, which is pretty close to 44. All right, Amari, I'd love for you to read the next question. Question 5.
Question 5. The medium calabash may be used as a decorated cup and will be able to hold 340 ml of juice. How many
Milliliters.
milliliters of juice? How many times can you fill a medium calabash to the brim from a 4-liter box of juice? Again. Oh,
Read it
number
again.
five. Number 5. The medium calabash may be used as a decorated cup and will be able to hold 340 milliliters of juice. How many times can you fill a medium calabash to the brim from a 4-liter box of juice?
All right. So you can use the calabash as, some decorated thingy. Just put it on your dresser or some just to look pretty, or you can actually use it as a cup. Persons use calabashes as cups and plates and so on. So if you're using it as a cup, the medium one can hold 340 milliliters of juice. So let's say you have a 4-liter box, a huge box, one of those great big boxes of juice. How many times can you fill that medium calabash to the brim, right up to the top? So they don't want a decimal, Amari. You're saying 11.7. They're asking how many times can you fill it to the brim.
Let's
Haley
start upon
saying
the
fill.
answer.
Should we round up or down?
Yes, you can round it up.
Should we round up or down?
Let's switch it round up because it's a
Not
7.
in this case. No, we can't round up in this case because you would fill it 11 times to the brim and then you would have some left back, but that wouldn't take it up to the brim. Yeah, the brim means the top.
Very, very tough.
So 11 full times. You get
Yes,
what I'm
miss.
saying?
Yes,
We
miss.
can't round it up to 12. You can't say, okay, 7 is more than 5, I'm going to round it up to 12. Not in this case, because they're asking how many complete full cups. So we have to say 11 full cups. Some going to leave over, but it's not going to fill the 12th cup. Okay, Haley, question 6, and then we have 2 more questions. Go ahead, Haley. If your mic isn't working, just type in the chat and let me know. My scholars are having issues with their equipment tonight. Try and see if it's working. All right, Haley, what I'm going to do, I'm going to allow Celicia to come on and get a chance to read one of the questions, okay? All right. Okay, welcome, Celicia. All right, can you go ahead and read question 6, please?
Okay, Miss. Question 6. You decide to purchase 8 calabashes and keep them as souvenirs instead of as drinking cups. You are offered a discount of $13 on each calabash. If you paid $296 for them all, what was the original price of each calabash? Number 6. You decide to purchase 8 calabashes and keep them as souvenirs instead of as drinking cups. You're offered a discount of $13 on each calabash. If you paid $296 for them all, what was the original price of each calabash?
All right, scholars, dive into that one. And then we have 2 more to dive into.
Miss, how would you work this, Miss? I've been trying to work it.
John, you must tell me how you asking me, and I'm here to learn from you, John.
Miss, I
You
forgot to
want
work
to
it.
tell me what I must do. Me not understand you.
Miss, I forgot how to work it.
All right, so Haley is saying $481 for each. That can't be right, Haley. I wonder if it's a different question you're giving me the answer for. You paid $296 for the 8. So it can't be. All right, so Haley is saying you divide 296 by 8, then multiply by 13. I wonder why you decided to multiply by 13. Anybody else has a suggestion?
Miss,
Antoine?
would you divide 8 by 296?
You mean
Then
296 by 8
yes, Miss, 296 by 8, then divide it by 13.
divided by 13? No, Antoine, read it carefully again. Madison is saying $50. Please explain in the chat, Madison, how you got $50. The answers are coming in on the chat, coming in a little late because the chat lags behind a little bit. Learning while I teach. So she's answering the question posed about the circumference, and she's saying 44 centimeters, which is correct for the large. And also it can fit 11 cups. That is correct. All right, so Madison says she got $50 by dividing the 296 by 8 and adding the 13 because and that is correct, Madison. Remember, the $13 is a discount. It was subtracted from the original price. So you have to think in terms of like you're going back ways now. You're reversing the process. So since it was subtracted from each for the price of each calabash, you need to now add it back. Okay, so she paid when you divided 296 by 8, you got 37. So that's how much she paid for each one. You have to add back the $13 discount that she got. Okay, So $50 is correct. That was the original price. Antoine, could you read number 7, please?
Yes, miss. Number 7. On average, the shelf of one mature coconut produces 9 pairs of earrings. How many earrings can be made from the shells of 20 such coconuts? Number 7. On average, the shell of one mature coconut produces 9 pairs of earrings. How many earrings can be made from the shells of 20 such coconuts?
Okay. So Haley says 180. You need to let me know how you got that, madam. Any
Thanks,
other
again.
answers? Go ahead, Haley. Let me know. Write in the
Miss
chat how you got that. So she's saying 1 to 9. So 20 multiplied by 9. But
Oh no,
read it
you
carefully,
sorry.
Haley. Read it
Miss,
carefully.
I didn't know it was
Antoine.
so much.
Miss,
Oh,
I said
John,
180.
why
oh,
you over there screaming? What happened?
Miss my side is killing me. I said I don't know the mic was on.
Please check the mic always. Go ahead, Antoine.
Miss, I say 180.
How you got
I
180?
must I multiplied 20 by 9 to get my answer.
There's something that Antoine and Haley are missing. So I would recommend that you read the question carefully. You're almost there, but you're missing something. John Madison laughing at you in the chat. What are you missing? Read it carefully. Is it really 9 earrings that each coconut produces?
No, miss, it would be 18 because it's a pair.
Exactly,
Yes,
Jer.
miss. That's what I
Right.
realized.
Right. So each coconut produces 80. So Haley has changed her answer to 360. And that is correct. We have to
Yes,
multiply
miss.
the 9 times 2 and then multiply by the 20. Okay? All right. So final question with just 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go. And the last question. Uh, John, can you read question 8, please?
Okay, Miss. Number 8. As of at the fair, a pair of earrings cost $38.65. You decide to get 2 pairs for each for your mother, 3 sisters, your best friend, and yourself. What? How much money will that cost you in all? Number 8. At the fair, a pair of earrings cost $38.65. You decide to get 2 pairs of earrings for your mother, 3 sisters, your best friend, and yourself. How much money will that cost you in all?
All right. So how much is that? So you go to the fair with all the money that you save up, all of your lunch money that you save up from September, and you decide you're going to buy some earrings for yourself and your sister them and your mother and your friend. Each person you're going to give each person 2 pairs of earrings. So how
Now,
much money would that cost you? So
Miss,
Jer
Miss,
says $463.80. John,
Miss, the answer that I got was $309.20.
$309.20. How you got that?
Since one pair of earring costs $38.65, Miss, and it says like you decide to get 2 pair each for your mother, your 3 sisters, So Miss, your mother is one Miss. Oh wait, right Miss.
All right. In the meantime, so Jerry's saying $463.80. Haley is saying $270.55. John has not arrived at his answer. How about you, Amari?
Miss,
How about you guys in the chat? Let me hear your answer.
Miss, I didn't get my answer yet.
Oh, you're still working at it? Um, Shalicia, have you arrived at an answer? Antoine, Jer, oh, Jer gave me his answer. Madison, Haley, I don't see any. Haley says 270.55, $270.55. How about Rodriguez? I don't see Rodriguez post any um, answer for this one. Remember, even if you're not on the screen, you can still type your answers. There's just a set number of persons who can be on the screen.
Miss, I got
Where's,
my
where's
answer.
the-
Miss,
what's your
but
answer?
Miss, but I think it's wrong. Miss, it's in the thousands.
Well, let me hear it and tell me how you got it.
Okay, Miss. So Miss, I got $1,855.20.
And what did you do?
Okay, Miss, how I got it? $38.65 times two, because the two pairs, because of the two pair of earrings, and I got $77.30, and $77.30 times six, I got $463.80, and $463.80 times two,
Why you
$927.06.
multiply by the last two?
Okay, Miss?
Why you multiply? Why you multiply it again by two?
Miss, for which one?
Hmm?
Miss, for which one?
The last two that you say multiply by.
Mr. $463.80.
Yeah, why you multiply that by two?
Miss, because it says your best friend and yourself.
Huh?
Yes, Miss, because it says your best friend and yourself, Miss.
But why would that mean you multiply the answer by two? All right, so
Miss,
Antoine is saying $463.80. Jolie is saying $467.52. So, John, so it's you, your mom, three sisters, that's five, and your best friend, that's six. And each person is getting two pairs, so that's 6 times 2, 12. So it's 12 times the $38.65. So everybody who said $463.80, that is correct. And we have come to the end of our performance task. Thank you, scholars, for being with me and for helping me to solve these problems. Thanks to those in studio, whether on the screen or backstage, and thanks to those in the chat from wherever, whichever source you are coming. You are welcome always, and we urge you to participate by posting your questions, answers, comments, etc. Scholars, good night to you all. I will see you tomorrow. Enjoy your night.
Same to you, Miss. Bye, everyone.
bye, Miss.
Good night. you are busy preparing for your math tests and your CSEC exams coming up, I have a very important question to ask you. Do you like my new hat? Thank you. Now, another important question. Have you ever gotten a math problem wrong simply because of making one little mistake? I'm sure you have, as thousands of other students have. Now, in this series, we're going to be looking at the common mistakes that students make with all the topics in CSEC Math. We're going to look at the common errors, demystify everything. Make sure you watch every video in this series so that you can avoid making those mistakes. So stay tuned. Hello scholars. Did you know that most times when students get problems wrong in mathematics is as a result of one single error or one mistake? Well, this is absolutely true, and we're going to be looking at the common errors that students make in the different topics in mathematics. If we know the errors beforehand, we can certainly avoid making them. Are you ready? Come on, take my hand.